Correct me if I'm wrong, but Billie Eilish hasn't gone to a single No Kings protest. And I'm pretty sure, at least I'm almost positive, I might have the location wrong. She was in Spain on her super yacht, partying with her friends during the first No Kings protest in, I believe it was July. Mid-June or July, whenever Trump's birthday was. She was not on the streets with a picket fence protesting. She was making tweets from her super yacht, drinking the finest liqueur and wine with her friends in Spain. She's complaining about billionaires out of jealousy. She's jealous they have more money than her. And people are praising her like she's a revolutionary for her outspoken words. But she's all bark and no bite. She has no actions behind her words. She is just speaking out against billionaires who are more successful than she is, which I believe she is doing out of jealousy and not out of a complaint for capitalism. She hasn't done anything to combat the administration except speak her mind. She is very, very bold in her statements against what is going on. But again, she isn't out there on the streets in the front line protesting the corrupt administration like I am. And maybe I'm a little bit jealous, but I don't know. The way I feel about it is both her and her brother are supporting companies that fund Trump, like Apple and Nike. I have cut all of my profits that are going into these companies. Like I don't support Coca-Cola. I don't support Pepsi. I don't support Dr. Pepper. I don't support Spotify. All these companies that are embezzling their funds into the Trump administration, I have stopped supporting completely. I don't drink LaCroix water anymore, which is one of my favorite drinks to enjoy. I drink Perrier now because it's not going into Trump's wallet. And people keep praising her tax deductible donation as if it is the most selfless thing that has ever been done. But, it's not as selfless as people think it is. What Billie Eilish did was she raised the price of her concert tickets to include the donation she was making so that she could write it off as a tax deductible and increase her net worth after all of the money was distributed to the workers. So she's not really doing anything truly out of philanthropy. She's doing something out of a capitalist greed to increase her own net worth. Bill Gates, Taylor Swift, and even Elon Musk do charitable donations like these all the time. She is more like a billionaire than she is like a SNAP recipient, even though she's not a billionaire yet. But I guarantee you, we're looking at the next Taylor Swift in the making. She's just trying to make herself appear better than other people by hiding behind very sly tactics. It is a sizable donation, and it is very generous of her. However, it's not as generous as, say, I hate to make this all about me and to toot my own horn, but I donate 100% of all of my Twitch earnings to children with cancer. And I don't do that for a tax deductible charity donation. I do that because I believe these kids need the money more than I do. I have made nothing off of my Twitch campaign because it has all gone to kids with cancer. And if Billie really, really felt like she wanted to be a philanthropist, she would truly donate that 25% of her net worth instead of 3% of her profit from her concert. It just pisses me off because she's increasing the gap between her and SNAP recipients by doing this and then berating billionaires for doing the same action she's doing. Billionaires do this all the time. In fact, days after Billie Eilish made that initial statement of berating billionaires, Bill Gates announced that he was doing the exact same thing. He was transferring his donations from Green Earth into supporting SNAP recipients. So Billie Eilish is more like Bill Gates than I am. It just makes me wonder, imagine people are praising her like she's a revolutionary, like she's the next, Martin Luther King Jr. Imagine if Martin Luther King Jr. was writing his letters about social injustices to the editor from a super yacht in Spain instead of in a jail cell where he was facing 10 years. Billie Eilish is not a revolutionary. Martin Luther King Jr. spent multiple stints in jail for protesting what he felt was just. Billie Eilish is traveling around the world living in luxury, embracing a capitalist lifestyle, but berating people who are wealthier than her out of jealousy. Kind of like, I'm jealous, people are labeling her a revolutionary, while I'm the one that's getting shot at. I'm the one with videographic evidence protesting in the streets and attending civil rights meetings, you know? I'm more like a revolutionary than she is, but she's the one getting the praise because she's rich and famous and I am a poor man who lives with his mother.